Okay, we're here at the Douglas booth at IESLA, and they have this nifty room controller, which is just that. It's a room controller. It can integrate all these sensors. This one can be set up as either an open loop or a closed loop sensor.
Well, I didn't get a good shot of the photo sensor with the tilting lens, so let's take a look at it here. You can tip this lens 30 degrees in any direction. However, it does state this is a closed loop control daylight sensor. However, perhaps if it's attached to their room controller, you have a way to make it function open loop, because I could swear the sales rep said that you can make one of their sensors at least open or closed loop, and that wouldn't surprise me much, because look at the span on that sensor. It's huge. So if you were ever to be able to convert a sensor to open loop operation in the controller, it would be this one. Here you can see their occupancy sensor ceiling mount that I don't see anything about this particular one having an integrated photo sensor as well, but you can see that you can tip it to aim it as required, and that's a pretty handy feature.
And the room controller itself is capable of having a connection here that takes it to a main lighting control panel. So let's have a look at that. Now this is the main lighting control panel. You can see it's quite sophisticated. This one has a relay module, but it could have 0 to 10 volt dimming. You can use this to integrate HVAC with the sensors from the room controllers, etc., to create an actual EMCS system. And not only do you have Douglas's technology, but now Panasonic's as well. So it's the best of two worlds. Pretty high tech, looks very nice, and it takes a certified field technician to set this system up. So if you want to install and set these up, they track all the installs and they ensure that they are set up by a certified field technician. Okay, IESLA trade show. We're going to take a quick look at what would be Philips non-residential controls. These would be controls that would be hooked Cat 5 to this controller, which would then distribute commands to these distributed command modules throughout the site, which are then used to control the site lighting. Now this is basically the interior version of the game. It's a little hard to see. We've got very fancy switches that do things like display the temperature and the time. You can't see it, but there's another one of those black squares, which is known as the gateway, and it is going to aggregate these controls and tell a controller what to do with the lighting. And the lighting can either be phase dimming or 0 to 10 volt dimming. You can select what modules you want to put on the rack. This is once again Philips.